whichever way you see it. For me, 12 o'clock on Saturday is still morning, but that's okay. This meeting is hereby called to order in compliance with the notice requirements of law. Public notice was posted in the Office of the Board of Education and communicated to the municipal clerk, the Daily Record, and the Star Ledger on October 30th, 2019. Would you all please join me in saluting our flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Smith, can you please do a roll call vote?
Present.
Here.
Here. Present.
Present. All right, and I just want to once again thank you all for taking part in our mission and vision setting. It's so important to the Board of Education to hear what our community and our staff has to say in terms of what they'd like to see the district do moving forward in the future. So I know it's a Saturday morning, and not only a Saturday morning, but a Saturday morning in December when all of us are, I'm sure, kind of going crazy. So I really want to thank you from the Board of Education for taking the time out of your day to come and help us with this really important mission. Thanks a lot. Hello, I'm Charlene Peterson from New Jersey School Boards, and we're here to help you through this process. Again, this is the work for you as the community, as the staff members, all of you that are here here today to help us. Because like we said, we don't want this to be a direction that's provided by the district, provided by the board. We want it to be the work of you, the staff, the community, all of our stakeholders. We want everyone to come together and tell us what's important to you, because that's the direction then that's going to help guide the district. And it's wonderful to see a large number of people that came back, but I also saw in the sign-ins that there's about 6 or 7, maybe more of you that weren't here the last time. So we welcome having you here this time to help us with this work. So what we're going to do today is just kind of do a brief overview of what we did last time, and then then we're going to move into the cafeteria and do our small group work. Go ahead.
And I'm going to ask one of our board members to help you with this, but I do want to point out that we do have translation available. Raise your hand for our translation. Where's this? I know she is. Did we lose our translator? Oh, there we go. Okay. So if you need translation, it's going to be over here on the right. So you can just move in that direction. And could I ask you to make that announcement in Spanish? About the translation? Thank you.
So we're going to, like I said, I'm going to explain kind of an overview of what we covered last time, what the output of that work was, and then talk about what we are going to accomplish today. So we said we're here to talk about the mission statement and your vision statement and the development of them. And first we kind of came to a common understanding of what those things are. What do they mean? So our mission statement, it basically answers the question, why do we exist? What is the purpose of the Dover School District? What do we do? So it's saying, what is our purpose? And it's in the present tense, so kind of helping explain to everyone what's our reason to be. Then our vision statement is looking into the future. saying, what do we want to be? What's our desired future? What does that compelling future look like? So if we took a mission statement, and again, if we said that it's our overall purpose, it kind of has some components that are helped described in the mission statement. We talked about what is it that we do as a district, and what can we do better than anyone else? What is the main thing that we do, or who do we do it for, and why? What's our impact? What kind of a difference are we making? So then the last time we got into small groups and we answered some of these questions to help give us some data in the development of the statements for this time. So the groups looked at the 5 top words to describe the district, because as we're writing a mission statement, we kind of want to have an overall theme or an overall purpose of what are we going to focus on. So those top words would give us that, and then we asked the group to identify the top 5 things that they thought the Dover Public Schools do best. Then for who we do it for, we said in a few words, tell us who do we serve, and how to describe that, and then our impact. What sets the Dover students above and apart from other students, and what mark or impact are we leaving? So that data is now available to you. It should be there in your agenda for you to look at, so that when we do our exercise today of writing the statements, we want you to use that work, use that guidance that that the groups last time provided for you to consider. So these are some of the outcomes of that work from last time. When we were asked what we do, we said that we provide for acceptance of others. We challenge our students through external motivation. We educate them. We empower them. We encourage them. We have equal access. We foster connections. We nurture. We're proactive, and we share knowledge. So again, as you're looking at writing your mission statement, take some of these into consideration. Who do we do? I looked at students, parents, families, and guardians, staff, and then the community, and why, what's our impact. So again, you have that listing of things that people said are ways that we make a difference in the district. So that were the components of the mission statement that we talked about. Next, then, as we look at the vision statement, and I said that was your desired future. We said to communicate your true north. What direction are we heading? If we're accomplishing and exceeding our mission statement, what does that look like if we look up and everyone is succeeding? So then the group was asked to draw pictures of what they thought the district looked like now, then drew a picture of what the desired future was, and then asked to describe some phrases of what that desired future might look like. And this is a summary then of some of the phrases from the different groups. You can kind of see that there were some similarities of saying a common purpose, one group said, one Dover. Other places where we said, all students future ready, all ready for life, lifelong learners. So you can kind of see the places where there were some similarities to what we're thinking, or what that future might look like. Again, recognizing too that the district, in a lot of the other work that you've been doing, has kind of started a theme or an initiative this year for One Dover. So we might want to consider that, knowing that that's something that's already out there in the community and out there in the schools, to maybe consider that when you're writing your vision statement, to maybe consider that as part of the work that you do. So what we're going to do today is, and most of today will be work that's done in your small groups in the cafeteria. So today we're actually in our groups going to have each group write a draft of a mission statement and a draft of a mission and a vision statement. And then we'll all come together, look at the work of, last time we had 3 small groups, so it looks like we probably have about the same number of people that we would probably divide into 3 small groups again. So have each one of the 3 groups together, work together to write one mission statement and one vision statement. And we'll look at the work from each of the 3 groups and then look at what we think look for some common themes, look for some words in the work of the three groups that inspire us, and then see if we can come together and to develop one mission statement and one vision statement that guides the district. So in addition to the work that we did last time, you also have a current mission statement. We just wanted to make sure that that current mission statement still reflected the work of what's going on in the district now, who you serve now. So that is also part of your agenda. So I want you to consider 3 resources as you're doing your work. One of them will be the work from the last time. One of them will be your current mission statement. So it says our mission is to provide an optimum educational experience. So that's kind of what we do for all students. So that's one. And then our why, our impact, is creating a passion for learning and encouraging all students to perform to their highest academic potential while promoting self-expression, cooperation, and respect for others. So your group may decide to use that as your base and change that. Your group may say, you know what, there may be a few good things in here, but we really like some of the things better that came out of the work that we did last time. I just want you to consider this as a resource. Then also when we get into the cafeteria, also put together for you the sample of other districts who are of a similar district factor group as Dover, just throughout the state, so that you can look at their mission statement and vision statements, and again, maybe there's a word out there or a phrasing or something that will inspire you. So just want those 3 things to be considered resources for you, so that when you do your work, you have something to start with, because it's right now it's pretty much a blank canvas, right? So you need kind of some things to help you fill that blank canvas in. So that's pretty much what our work is. So similar to last time, we're going to move into the cafeteria. We're going to divide ourselves into 3 small groups, and ideally there would be blended stakeholders in each one of the groups. Like each group should have a couple board members, a couple staff members, a couple community members, a couple parents. So if you see that there's, if you represent one stakeholder and there's a bunch of stakeholders who already at that table, then maybe go to another table to try and balance ourselves out. Because one of the things I think we found last time is when we sat and talked, we had really good, especially you guys had really good, rich conversations, and you got a lot accomplished. And one of the ways you do that is by having different voices and different perspectives sitting around the table with you. So when we go into the other room, there's name tag. There's like a little tin on the table that has your name tags on there. So if you want to take a couple minutes to fill those out, or you can even just go around and introduce yourselves, kind of help, if you don't know everyone there, kind of say what your connection to the district is. And then, like I said, those the district factor group sample vision mission statements are there on the table, and then take your agendas with you. And then similar to last time, you would appoint one person to be your scribe who will fill out the big yellow sheet with your district, with your group's mission and vision statements, and then select someone when it comes time to report about our findings, someone from your group to report out. So we'll probably spend, you probably can spend like 45 minutes or so doing that, writing those 2 statements. So you are free to move into the cafeteria. Please, there's